Fire! Everything should be on fire! Why did you do this? That's our job, to lie people. Because it's fun! Woo! It's never boring.
Hi guys, I'm glad to introduce to you Alexander Vinogradov, VFX director at Sperasoft. Hi Sasha.
Hello.
How are you?
Great.
Great. How did you get to the VFX? How did you choose that profession?
At first, I was an engineer, so I taught in the university how to code, how to make programs and so on. After that, I got hired by our local indie studio in my local town. I was there as an engineer. I made gameplay systems, some level design and so on. But in small teams, you have to make a lot of different stuff. That's how I became a visual effects artist. I was like, yeah, it's not a problem, like I can teach myself everything. And actually it was a problem. It was really hard, but now I'm here.
How long do you work at Sperasoft?
I worked in Sperasoft for the past 6 years, and I have worked on various different games, which I cannot tell you about.
What VFX artists do?
Well, it depends on project. We usually make some dust, fire effects. On other projects we can make some water, sky, crowd in the background, or birds flying on the sky and pooping on your head. So it completely depends on the project.
Why does VFX matter for you, for games, for users?
The end user, the players, will not notice our visual effects like at all. Visual effects are more like a salt when you cook. If you salt your dish, then you probably will not notice that the dish was salted. That's the case with the visual effects as well. If I will ask you what games have most beautiful visual effects, you will probably, do games actually have visual effects? Like, it's not that noticeable, especially for players who actually want to feel the most beautiful stuff, but not like be in there. And we actually sell this idea to the players that, whoa, the explosion is really happening, wow! We basically lie to people to make them feel that it's really happening. That's our job, to lie people.
Sounds really good. Why did you decide to focus on VFX for games, not for movies or something else?
Visual effects for games and visual effects for movies are completely different spaces, areas of expertise. For example, I probably will not be able to make visual effects for the movies, and visual effects artists for the movies probably will have to spend some time to re-educate themselves to work on the visual effects for the games. But why I chose make visual effects for the games? Because it's fun, you know? Like, you make stuff move, you explode stuff, break stuff. You have to wear a lot of hats on you. You have to know how to 3D model stuff. You have to know how to animate these 3D models. You have to know how to texture these 3D models to make them look beautiful. You also have to know a little bit of coding and math to make complex shaders and make them not very hard to render for the end PC or console. Also, you have to know a little bit of game design, because if you put a lot of effects in one place, your end players will probably not see like anything on the game, because it was just the bright spots on the screen and like, oh man, what is happening here? So you are constantly making new stuff, you're constantly switching tasks.
So never boring.
Yes, it's never boring.
Can you tell us about the most challenging project in your personal portfolio?
I don't have a lot of work in my personal portfolio, unfortunately, because I always work on the actual projects. But I have one artwork in my portfolio. It's the small game prototype when you playing as the wizard in the library. And you can make a fireball and fire this fireball and the bookshelves. And the bookshelves exploding, a lot of papers flying across the library. Everything is on fire and it looks like really powerful. And I just personally like when a lot of papers flying across the street. So that's the most beautiful art on my personal portfolio so far.
How dependent VFX guys are on artists, designers, programmers, and how their process is built in Sperasoft?
Well, we are not that dependent from other artists, but usually our work mess up with their work, so we add some particle effects, and then technical artists, animators or environment artists will come to us like, what did you do? Like, man, my beautiful building is not visible there because of your dust and smoke. Like, so we really should consider what have to be visible to the players and what not. We always talk with different people across all disciplines, game designers, animators, level artists, and so on.
How long have you worked as a VFX director at Sperasoft?
Well, I worked as this VFX director at Sperasoft for only 1 day because I got promoted yesterday.
Woo! Congratulations!
Thank you.
What do you enjoy the most at that position?
I enjoy that I work not only on visual effects, but also with the team on a lot of visual effects. So currently we have like 20 visual effects artists across all projects in our company. I'm helping them making beautiful effects. I'm teaching them new stuff and also constantly teach myself a lot of new stuff from them. So it's like middle point between visual effects artists and the manager of those visual effects artists.
What are your fundamental principles of leadership?
I enjoy more flat structure in my team, so I'm not the guy who telling everyone to like you should do this and you should do that, but we all thinking about what the beautiful effects we can do in this time period, and so we are more like friends. And my favorite principle regarding who should do what is that I should do the most boring stuff and my colleagues should make the most beautiful work, because I really am more team player than the leader for them. I'm trying to make them to stand out and not me. So it's more like a teamwork than the leadership.
Sounds like dream team.
I hope they will tell the same.
What is the most difficult part of your job?
Well, the most difficult part of my job is to make the game work, because if we will put a lot of effects into the game will not run. So, and the players will not be able to play this game. So we have to optimize stuff quite early on, but also make the stuff look beautiful and quite cheap for the hardware, so it's hard to sit on two chairs at the same time.
In your opinion, what skills are most important for VFX specialists?
I think the most important thing for the VFX artist is to have a steel butt, because you have to work a lot, you have to rework your stuff a lot, and after that, technical artist or art director will come to you and say, well, it doesn't work like this, and you have to rework again and again and again, and you have to constantly learn new stuff. Having a steel butt is really an option.
What are career opportunities for VFX artists?
For the VFX artists, the future is quite bright, because all games have visual effects in them. It's a different tale that no one noticed these visual effects, but a lot of games have visual effects in them, and so it's quite easy to find a job as VFX artist, especially if you're a good one. It really depends on what you actually trying to achieve. Like, you want to have in your portfolio the most stylized effects, the most beautiful effects, or you want to have in your portfolio more optimized and tech stuff. So it really depends on the artist and not on the sphere, because we can try a lot of different stuff on the same project.
What advice would you like to give to someone who wants to start his career as a VFX artist?
The most useful advice I can give is to steal others' work. So you have to open your favorite game, record some visual effects from this game, and to repeat a one-to-one copy of this effect and make it quite often, quite a lot. You will grow some expertise, some experience on real-life projects and real-life games. It's not more about the most beautiful effects. It's more about how many of visual effects, different kinds of visual effects, you can put into your game for the small period of time, because we constantly working with the time and we have to consider that as the most valuable resource we have.
Can you advise some resources for young specialists?
The most useful course online for the visual effects artist is VFX Apprentice from the makers of the League of Legends. They have a lot of expertise, a lot of experience, and they put all of that in their course, which is available online, so you can be anywhere. And also we have a forum for all visual effects artists. It's called realtimevfx.com, where we can share some knowledge, we can learn new stuff. Every month we have a challenge or VFX Jam, where we can make visual effects for the desired theme and compare each other's work and to choose the most beautiful work.
Sasha, what do you like to do besides work?
To have much more work. So I enjoy participating in the game jams. Game jam is the challenge across the whole world. For the weekend, you have to come up with the idea, make a game about this idea, test this game idea, do not sleep this weekend.
How many times did you join game jams?
Quite a lot, actually. So I'm participating in the game jams since the university, so it's basically for the past 10 years. So probably I have made more game jams than finished actual AAA games. It's quite fun and interesting to try a lot of things in the safe space when you can fail and no one will scream at you like, "Why did you do this?"
Sasha, blitz round, short questions and your answers. What visual effect is missing around us right now?
Fireplace, and we are all in the fire.
Name one thing without which impossible to create visual effects.
Without eyes. Because if you cannot see visual effect, you cannot feel it.
If you could work on effects for any video game, which one it will be?
It will be the game where only visual effects are there. So no characters, no environment out. It's really not important. Only visual effects, only booms, bam, boom, pff, yeah.
But who is the user for that game?
Me. It will be only for me.
Name one association to Sperasoft.
Stability.
And the last one, accept any visual effect to your daily routine. For example, grocery shopping, how it will look like.
Fire! Everything should be on fire!
Thank you, Sasha. It was really wonderful to speak with you.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and follow us on social media. See you!